Big news out of the Middle East. The US just launched a major strike on Iran's nuclear facilities, and the ripple effects are already hitting global markets. If you're an investor, or just someone who fills up a gas tank, here's what you need to know. On June 22nd, US Air Force and Navy forces targeted 3 of Iran's most fortified nuclear sites: Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. 14 massive bunker-buster bombs and a barrage of Tomahawk missiles hit their marks in what the Pentagon called Operation Midnight Hammer. It was the U.S. only offensive move in the short but fierce Iran-Israel war that started on June 13th and ended with a Trump-brokered ceasefire less than 2 weeks later. Now, the markets hate surprises, especially when they come with risks of wider war in the world's main oil corridor. Immediately after news of the strikes, oil prices surged. U.S. crude shot up almost 3%, while Brent, the global benchmark, jumped over 2%. Some analysts warned that if Iran retaliated by closing the Strait of Hormuz, where nearly 20% of the world's oil passes through, prices could blast past $100 a barrel. But by Monday, things shifted. Oil actually dropped more than 7% after Iran retaliated, not by blocking oil traffic, but by striking a U.S. base in Qatar. With no immediate threat to tanker routes, the panic cooled, but the volatility was a wake-up call for investors everywhere. So, what's the bigger picture here? Investors are on edge. Whenever there's a spike in instability from the Middle East, markets tend to freak out. Stocks took an initial dive. Safe havens like gold and U.S. government bonds started looking good, and everyone braced for more inflation. Higher oil prices mean higher costs for everything from shipping to groceries. That's especially worrying for countries like India, Japan, and Germany, who import a lot of oil. And if energy costs keep rising, central banks might hold off on cutting interest rates, making borrowing more expensive for everyone. But here's a twist. A preliminary U.S. intelligence report says the strike set back Iran's nuclear program only by a few months, contradicting political leaders' claims of a full wipeout. So, the risk of future escalation? Still very real. In the end, Operation Midnight Hammer might be over, but the uncertainty for global markets isn't. If you're investing, keep an eye on oil prices, safe haven assets, and most importantly, any headlines out of the Strait of Hormuz, because in today's world, one night in the desert can shake the whole global economy by morning.